If I had to give one major theme from week 1 of Bears training camp, I would talk about the Chicago Bears defense. The Chicago Bears defense on days 1 and 2 looked like potentially one of the worst defenses in the NFL. However, they played like they had a point to prove on days 3 and 4 and showed some life and finally won against the offense on day 4. And what a difference a day makes, because this video, if I made it 2 days ago, would be about why this Bears defense might be a bottom 5 defense in the NFL. But at this point, I'm going to be focusing on the bounce back, which is a lot better than talking about the defense negatively. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about who impressed, what happened to the offense, and the big takeaways going into week 2, why the Bears defense bounced back. I'm your host, Aiden Gister. Welcome to ATG Bears Breakdown, and let's get right into the video. So on days 1 and 2 of training camp, the defense struggled mightily. The defense couldn't cover, according to analysts on Twitter, and Caleb had 4 incompletions on day 2. It was just an overall disaster for the defense. I mean, Caleb Williams, we all love him, but he isn't a high completion percentage guy. And if he only had 4 incompletions one of the days of practice, that means the defense isn't doing their job correctly. And it was very worrying. But before we talk more about why the defense played bad, there is some context behind this. This Bears offense might be really freaking good. And one reason I say this is because of a quote that Jalen Johnson said at his presser this week. Jalen Johnson said, honestly, this is probably the best offense I've had in 7 years, as far as going against them for sure. I know, this is not saying a lot. This is the Chicago Bears we're talking about. The Bears aren't known for their offenses, they're known for their defenses. However, Jalen Johnson has been on this team for 7 years and has seen a variety of systems. He saw the Matt Nagy system. He saw the Matt Eberflus system with Luke Getsy and then Shane Waldron. And he even saw last year with Ben Johnson, which was probably a top 10 offense. And he is saying that this offense this year in training camp is better than all of them combined. And this isn't like he's just some random player saying this. Jalen Johnson was an All-Pro in 2023 and a Pro Bowler in 2024. What he's saying means something because he's a corner. He knows a thing or two about offense. Other context behind why this defense may have struggled is that Caleb and the offensive weapons are playing amazing. Caleb Williams, all we heard about during the first few days of training camp was that he was throwing the ball on time and accurately. We kept hearing the names of Colston Loveland and Luther Burden, how they were making plays every single day, how Colston Loveland might be one of the best route runners in the NFL already, how he has great hands, how he has the ceiling to become one of the best tight ends, how Luther Burden might become the wide receiver 1 in year 2 under this Ben Johnson scheme. But even Rome Odunze, he is looking like his pre-injury self before his foot injury last year. He is looking explosive again, making plays. So overall, this offense is playing out of its mind right now and has the ceiling to be a top 5 offense. So the whole point of me saying this, it's not like this defense is playing some mediocre offense. They are playing probably what's going to be a great offense. And I think this offense has the capability to play as a top 5 unit this year. So this Bears defense is going to struggle a little bit. However, the first 2 days of training camp were just so bad that it had everyone concerned that all the improvements Ryan Poles made this offseason to improve speed, signing Devin Bush, drafting Dylan Thieneman, and bringing in Kobe Bryant, all of that was for nothing. However, I don't think that's the case. And they showed something days 3 and 4 of training camp, which we'll get into right after this break. If you guys like this video so far and you like daily Bears NFL content, please subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell so you can see all of my future uploads. Now, let's get right back into the video. On days 3 and 4 of training camp, there was a lot of defensive improvement, and some of the things we're going to be talking about happened on day 3. Day 3 was the start of the defensive bounce back. Jalen Johnson had a pick. Montez Sweat and Austin Booker both had sacks, and it was the first day that they showed any life. And going into day 4, it led to the defense winning the day. Kobe Bryant had a pick. He almost had another. Jalen Johnson had pass deflections. The Bears had 7 pass breakups, you guys, which is a very good thing to do in just one practice. And rookie Jordan Vandenberg had a nice day, beating Logan Jones a couple of times as well. Overall, the entire Bears defense flashed on Saturday, and this is a good thing. They made the Bears offense look shaky and honestly not very good. And I know there's a couple of things that might be concerning about this. oh, is the Bears offense regressing? Is Caleb Williams not playing very well? And I don't think that's the case. And here's what this means. I think that, yes, while day 4 was good for the Bears defense, they need to keep showing more. They cannot just sit back and say, oh, we had a good day. We don't have to play as hard or anything like that. They need to keep making plays because this Bears defense, the first couple days, like I said, they looked horrible. This should be a stepping stone into the defense playing better. And also, if the defense plays better, it'll just make the offense play better because they're going to get more valuable reps playing against a better defense. So we need the Bears defense to keep pushing to play better, and they cannot just sit back. But like I said, back and forth is good. We don't want just the offense to dominate. And while, yes, the offense is the more flashy side, and it's more fun to watch a good offense than a good defense, in my opinion, we want both sides to win. If the offense is just dominating every day, yes, it probably says something about the offense that they're good. But if anything, it says more about the defense and how they may potentially be bad. Because if this defense can't make any plays against the offense, who's to say that this offense is playing any good? Maybe they're playing just against a shitty defense. There's no proof. But if both sides go back and forth, it showcases that they both have a lot of talent and that they both are capable of playing like great units in the NFL next season. And I just wanted to mention, I am not worried about this Bears offense. Couple of things we need to know. It was raining on Saturday, it was windy, and it wasn't normal conditions. There was a lot of news about like drops and issues like that. And I think Caleb Williams and Luther Burden both had down days. They weren't synced. And I just think it was an overall down day for the offense. I don't think that the offense played to their top capabilities. So yes, it's nice to see that the defense was flying around and making plays. I think the offense can play better, and they didn't play as good as they were the first few days of training camp, so the defense needs to keep pushing to play harder. And this is why we cannot overreact to this news. Again, it's nice to see this defense playing better, but they need to keep showing more, and I expect them to play just as hard on Monday, and hopefully it's a bit more of a competitive practice than days 1 and 2 of training camp. And my question for you, are you guys optimistic about this Bears defense? Do you think they're going to play like a top 20 unit in the NFL? Because I feel like if the Bears defense can play like a top 20 unit, the Bears offense can lead this team very far in the playoffs. But what about you? Do you think this Bears defense can play that high? Let me know down in the comments down below. Couple more points before we get out of here. I want to see more out of players like Montez Sweat, Devin Bush, and Tyreek Stevenson. Because yes, while the Bears defense did flash the other day, it was mainly a couple of players we were hearing about, primarily Jalen Johnson and Kobe Bryant. So if we can see more out of each player, that would be outstanding. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and analysis. If you guys like the Bears and daily NFL content, this is the channel for you. So please subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you can see all my future uploads. And this has been Aiden Gister from ATG Bears Breakdown. Bear down.